Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's write some more Leetcode today. Today we are solving sort colors. So the problem is basically saying that we will be given an array consisting of 2s, 0s, and 1s, and we want to put all the 0s to the left, all the 2s to the right, and all the 1s in between. So if we look at these two examples, all the 0s are to the left, all the 2s are to the right, and all the 1s are in between. So this is the output array that we come up with. And now that we have seen some examples, let's get to how we can solve this problem. So one way that we can solve this problem is we can use 3 pointers. So the blue will represent 0, the red will represent 1, and green will represent 2. And we will use the green as the main guide. So whatever the green is pointing at, if the value is 2, then we will only increment green by 1. And if the value is 1, then we will set whatever is at red to 1 and whatever is at green to 2. And then we will increment 1 and 2. And if the value is 0, then we would set whatever is at blue to 0, wherever is at 1 to 1, and wherever is at 2 to 2, and increment all 3 pointers. And we will continue until 2 reaches the end. And also, if multiple pointers are at the same point and we are setting numbers for all pointers, then if that's the case, 0 has the first priority, 1 has the second priority, and 2 has the third priority. So let's go over this example real quick. So first, the value is 2, so we only increment 2. Now the value is 0, so we will set the blue to 0 and the green area to 2, and we will increment all 3 pointers. And now the value is 2, so we will set this to 2, which it already is, and only increment the green. And now the value is 1, so we will set red to 1, green to 2, and increment red and green. And now the value is 1, so again, set this to 1, set green to 2, and increment red and green. And finally, this is 0, so we will set this to 2, set red to 1, set blue to 0, and increment all 3. And now that we have come to the end, this will be the array that's modified. And the time complexity would be O of n, where n is the number of elements in the array, because that's a number we will need to iterate through. And the space complexity would be O of 1, because we are not using any extra space. So now let's get to the coding part. So first we will set 0 to 0. We will set 1 to 0, the pointer. And now we will iterate with 2 for 2 in range length of nums. And we will set temporarily to nums of 2. And we will always set nums of 2 to 2. And if the value is 1 or 0, then we will set the 1 pointer to 1 and increment the 1 pointer. And if it is less than 1, meaning if it is equal to 0, then we need to set nums of 0 to 0 at the 0 pointer and increment the 0 pointer by 1. And let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I hope to see you all again soon.